7 million in Europe left, 9 million came in.
Yeah, and it's really a good indication of how the church, spread globally, and the impact was felt obviously not just in Europe, but we start to see it move across into the Americas, and that's a reflection of how the church really has grown across the world. So, we look at Pope Francis, for example, coming from Argentina, as our first Latin American pope. That's kind of how the church has spread. And now, as we know, the church is growing the most in areas that are not typically thought of as being, Catholic areas, Sub-Saharan Africa, China. So, we really start to see the beginnings of that here in this time period. So, excellent point. Okay, and then question number 4, the faith in England was lost over the desires of one man. What happened in England during this time period?
Henry VIII. I also did not know that Catherine had been married to his brother Arthur. That was a new information for me. But he died, and I did not know they had to get a dispensation for that marriage in order for Henry to marry her, Catherine of Aragon, Spain. And then Henry fell in love with Anne Boleyn, and she wanted to be queen and his wife, and so he just kept following his desires until she was able to be crowned queen at the demise of the Catholic Church in England, because the church wouldn't grant him annulment. I also did not know that Anne Boleyn's nephew was Charles V. Is that what he said?
Yeah, I think that was right. He said, let's see. Okay, so it's Catherine.
Catherine's nephew. That's right. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, Catherine. Okay, I had that written down. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Charles V was, because he was Catherine's nephew. 300 bishops testified for Henry. Of the 300 bishops, all but one testified for Henry, and one testified for Catherine. It was John Fisher.
Yes, and we will learn about him in our next question, so thank you. Okay, question number 5. Many courageous saints refused to enter into schism when ordered by their government to reject the authority of the Pope. Who were some of these saints, and what are their stories?
The first was St. John Fisher. He was the Bishop of Rochester, a very holy, penitential man, and as was just said, that he was the only bishop that said that Henry could not seek an annulment. And because of that, he also didn't take the oath of succession. So he was arrested and imprisoned in the Tower of London, and then Pope Paul III made him a bishop, thinking that, a cardinal, thinking that if he's a cardinal, then Henry will not kill him. And Henry's message was, send the hat, there won't be a head to put it on, or something like that.
Yeah.
So that didn't deter him at all. And he was executed in 1535, and they mounted his head on a spike, which stayed there for 2 weeks over the Thames. So he was pretty religious and devoted to his faith.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good. And then, of course, there was St. Thomas More.
Another saint was Thomas More, a good man, a lawyer, a judge. He was appointed Lord Chancellor of England after Cardinal Wolsey was removed. He refused the oath of succession, was imprisoned for it, tried, convicted, and executed on July 6, 1535. He professed his faith in the Catholic Church at his execution. A good countryman, but God first.
Excellent. Great examples for us in our faith. Huh? So, very good. Well, that covers all the questions, and that's our lesson for today. hope to see you next time. I know some of you won't be here, but that's okay, but hopefully you can catch it online. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
All right, thank you,
I
Patrick.
did look online, the two I missed, but I'm trying to keep
Good.
up.
Yeah,